it's you.
Oh, yes. Welcome to Division Rivals. My name's Gabe Cohan.
I'm Lucas Sistro, dude.
I'm Dwayne Murphy Jr.
And I'm Kenny Weber. I'm fucking last now.
How does it feel?
This does not feel good. Now I know how you felt the entire time.
No,
Gabe, I apologize.
It was great. I loved it. I'd have
No. Gabe, kick him when he's down. All right? It's your moment.
No, I have to hold back. Otherwise, lo and behold, we're going to get like a Rosa Parks joke really soon. So.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. And just like that, I'm not hosting anymore. Well, we did it. Week 2, we got Dwayne back just like that. We're resurrected. The podcast is rolling.
Yeah, thank you. I'm just glad to be around some adults.
Yeah. We got Dwayne rocking the Giants jersey. Any reason in particular?
Well, I think it's because we might be winning the division right now, okay?
Yeah.
Who's in first place?
The Philadelphia Eagles.
We're tied with them, all right? But, I mean, they are higher in the power rankings. But we up there, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Power rankings? Man, that shit's...
Yeah, exactly. It's Fugazi.
Well, when you watch both of the games of those teams, you realize you need power rankings.
You don't need power rankings at all right? You need wins and losses, all right? Bottom line business, baby, all right?
It's funny because they would probably be really high on the power rankings because of their offense. We'd be really high because of our defense.
Thank you.
We've allowed, this is facts, the best or the lowest completion percentages on throws.
Yep.
And all of the NFL.
It's crazy because your quarterback also has the lowest completion percentage.
Balance. You
Yeah,
know what
hey,
I mean?
you know.
All things. All balance in all things.
So how do you guys feel about the game? Was it good game, bad game? It was an uninteresting game to watch from an outsider's perspective, but give me how do you guys feel about Daboll right now?
I fucking love Daboll. We finally have an adult, like just
Brian,
a competent coach. Man, he is. And he's fun fact, big fan of '90s rap.
Yeah.
Which you wouldn't expect from a tall, bald white guy who drives a lifted pickup truck.
I disagree. That's exactly what you'd expect from a tall, bald white guy.
Yeah, from Buffalo. I was a little skeptical at first because I was like, all right, is he using the rap to appeal to the black dudes? But like, he knows what he's.
He knows juicy.
Yeah.
Word for word.
Yeah.
That's
a big one. That's a big one.
I understand that you guys root for the Giants, and you guys have to be happy about a win. Like, there's no way that you guys are going to come in
two
here.
wins. Let's make sure. Put
2 wins.
Some respect.
You guys got to be happy to go 2-0. You guys got to be happy about your win. There's no way that you guys are going to sit here and be like bah humbug about this. But that's such a sloppy game, and the Giants.
I don't know.
I would say that the positive is they're winning this type of game now. They would have not won this type of game in the past few seasons, so that's a positive.
Right.
But this is still a very sloppy football
But
team.
what is this kind of game? You know what I mean? What are you looking for? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, don't you
a
want
professional football game against a bad
that's
football
what we gave
team?
them. You know what I mean? That's what we gave. We were up. You know what I'm saying? The game, they came back, tied it up. You know what I mean? A little nip and tuck right there in the trenches. Football is won in the trenches.
Yeah.
All right?
No, you're right.
I mean,
the word is grit.
Thank you.
It's like, dude, you watch Lions. The Lions
Hard
know
Knocks?
they're going to be this type of team. Like, look,
Right.
we got to be all about grit. They fucking ride on the walls. You know, that's what they do.
Right.
And they were gritty. I mean, they lost to Philadelphia last week by, 3 points? Like,
They won this week.
They won this week.
Yeah,
and,
then.
dude,
Same.
You
Beat the
guys
Commanders.
You guys are too fucking positive. You guys are too. You guys.
You guys are 2-0 positive.
2-0 positive. Hey,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Why
Well,
can't we have
I mean,
this?
on the flip side, though, if you're 0-2, you have like a 10-11% chance of making the playoffs. So it's better to be on the opposite side.
Hey,
of that.
cheers! But cheers to all of us, because none of our teams are 0-2.
Yeah. Speaking of a team who is 0-2, the Bengals got Cooper Rush. How are you feeling there?
I thought that the game was fun. It was classic Cowboys nail biter where it's going to go down to the last possession, kicking a game-winning field goal.
That's exactly what we did.
Like, you can't be happy with this, right?
Well, I mean, if you hear my voice, I'm only so happy. This week I'm more inspired by Gabe than I am by you guys. When I'm like, yeah, we won against what looks like I don't think they're a bad team, but definitely not the playoff team and Super Bowl team last year, Bengals, that have a bad offensive line, and that played into that played directly into the Cowboys' strength. They still were up and let them climb back into the game and still almost lost.
But I mean, but you gotta you're allowed to be happy about a win like that. You said it yourself. A lot of people did not believe Dallas would win this game,
especially with Cooper Rush. I mean,
you know
it's one thing to ask Dak to do that, but to ask Cooper
you
Rush,
guys are allowed to be happy with a win like that.
I mean, undefeated is hard.
When you're the Dallas Cowboys, you're not allowed to be. You're happy because it's your backup quarterback, right?
Yeah,
but that's the only reason you're happy.
Holding it down until Dak comes back.
I think I'm still. It's hard to get over the week one for me about how Dak looked before he got hurt. Like that's my thing.
Do you have a quarterback controversy in Dallas right now?
No, you don't. No, that's okay. But here's the thing: what if Cooper Rush goes 4-0?
Hey, you know what I mean? Hey, look, I know another fourth rounder who just so happened to win games over and over and over again and kept a very talented veteran quarterback so deep on the depth chart that he started working at CBS now.
You know what you do? Cooper Rush goes 4-0, trade him for Cooper Kupp. Get Dak that wide out one.
Coop for Coop. You know what I'm saying? That I don't wait, but Los Angeles is not making that trade right there.
Yeah, there's no
Cooper
way.
Kupp is going to be a Ram for
Matthew
life.
Stafford's shoulder falls off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought it was the elbow.
Yeah.
One of those. Yeah.
It's his arm. Just his entire arm is gone. Hypothetically speaking, Matthew Stafford gets his arm completely cut off. Do you trade Cooper Rush for Cooper Kupp if you're the Rams?
No, the Rams do not get rid of Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, absolutely not. No.
And maybe a 3rd round pick. Like we'll give him a 3rd round pick as well.
You make Cooper Kupp throw to himself.
You need a first. You start with
and
a first.
Throw in a Toyota Camry on top of that. Would that do the deal for you?
Yeah.
Brand new 2022, hot off the line.
It depends. The one with red interior, if it's that one, then okay, now we're talking. Yeah.
All right.
How many games do you guys think the Bengals are going to win this year?
The Bengals, I think last year they benefited from a weaker schedule at the end of the season. I think that they're not going to get that same look this year. I saw them going into the season being like maybe 8 wins, and I think they're going to miss the playoffs, to be honest, because the Ravens are going to do some serious work this year. You know what I mean? And you got the Steelers, Browns. That's a tough division. You know what I'm saying? I think
tough division where no one is 2-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see the the Bengals turning it around. I think out of any. Yeah, I could even see them still winning the division. I mean, the Ravens are really good. There's no denying that. Yeah. Even though they got they gave up 3 touchdowns in 10 minutes, they're still very good. But the Bengals, I think, are gonna get it together because teams get better during the season. Like,
the good teams do.
Yeah, but I mean, they were a good team. They know what it takes to get there. So I have a lot more confidence in them than Pittsburgh. Definitely the Browns.
Yeah, but that line play, I'm telling you, like we know. I mean, we know as Giants fans, if that offensive line play does not get better, then you're kind of fucked. And I know Joe Burrow's got this whole I can weather the storm type shit, but he's gonna either get hurt or it's gonna cost them some serious games.
But they can also, they played with the shitty line last year. They know how to play with the shitty line and win, and they have at least the players now where it's supposed to be an upgrade. So I think they'll figure it out. They can also chip and do all that extra shit you have to do. Like you've seen the Giants pull out every fucking trick in the book to try to slow down big pass rushers, and they'll probably do some of that too.
Yeah, just like that. Back to the Giants. So are we waving the flag on the Bengals or not? Is their season over?
I think they'll turn it around 100%. They'll win at least 11, maybe 12 games.
Let's get a take. Who do you think's going to win more games at the end of the season, Raiders or Bengals?
Ooh.
They're both 0-2?
Both 0-2.
Bengals.
Yeah. Bengals will probably win more games than the Raiders.
They play in a much weaker division. The Raiders are in the strongest division in all football.
Mm-hmm. And the Raiders playing against the NFC West, obviously lost to the Cardinals this weekend, so we're feeling a little bit thankful. You guys see what Kyler Murray did?
I did see what Kyler get slapped in the face is what I saw happen.
Yeah, he did get punched at the end of the game.
Yes.
Kingsbury has some nice lats, though.
By the way, we had a request to talk about that, so good. We got that.
About Cliff Kingsbury's lats?
No, about the slap.
Oh, damn it.
The whole
less
Vegas
important.
thing. That must have been one of the longest plays of football I've ever seen, that 2-point conversion.
That was cool, though. It was a really cool play.
It was.
I think, like, Kyler seemed like that guy. Like, he dug deep and made some plays happen, and it was like it was cool. It was like with all the hate and shit that he gets, and that we give him a little bit of ribbing here on the podcast. It was cool, like legit, to see him play that well.
Yeah, he really sold the whole, like, hey, go over there, go over there.
Yeah, and like he was not gonna throw that ball to anybody. Like that was not happening. But I mean,
throwing it after that much time, you know something's gonna go wrong.
Exactly. But
you guys remember during the preseason, right, when they had Kyler Murray calling a couple plays for a few drives?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter when you're the most athletic person on the field. All he has to do is call his own number. That's why.
Yeah.
Cliff Kingsbury doesn't need to do his job, and the Cardinals will be fine.
Well, that's why you pay him, first of all. That's why you had to pay him. But also, like, again, I think it just goes back to that clause in his contract where it's like, it just really embarrasses him. And why would you put him out on Front Street like that? You know what I mean? Because look what he can do for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he doesn't need to study.
Yeah. I mean, he might not. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. He's like Derrick Rose of football, you know? Never had to take the SATs to begin with.
He's more like a Muggsy Bogues of football, right? Because he's so short.
Yeah, but he gets hurt a lot, so.
Yeah.
One guy who I think probably could have stopped Kyler Murray on that last couple of plays was Micah Parsons. If you guys saw what he did to Lyle Collins against the Bengals, that was crazy.
Lyle Collins, former Cowboy, and everyone is saying that Micah Parsons is like the new Lawrence Taylor.
I'm thoughts?
Oh, it's great to have the best defender and possibly in football on your team, but I'm just still more worried about the Cowboys offense.
Yeah, and I think we're going to move on from that so that way the Giants fans don't get to talk about Lawrence Taylor.
Well, when you do cocaine before, no, I'm just playing.
My favorite Lawrence Taylor moment is that he's in Any Given Sunday.
Yeah.
He's trying to play even though that he could die from playing.
So he could get his bonus.
And then they take him off, and I don't remember the line, but he just delivers some line with I think blood in his mouth, and he's like, "Yeah, I made my money."
Yeah, it's it was something like that. He also was remember he was trying to get the doctor to shoot him up. He's like, "Come on," he's like, "Come on, doc, give me the extra needle." It was funny. It was great.
In the off season, we should do an Any Given Sunday rewatch or something, where we watch it and then talk about the movie or something when we're looking for episodes to do.
He was so old when he took that role too. How was it? I don't know how I'm supposed to believe he was playing football.
Still terrifying.
Yeah. It's a completely different NFL back then, because now you got the trainers trying to give Antonio Brown some injections. Like, come on, go back in the game. It's like, nah, bro, I'm really hurt.
Yeah.
Well, and the Justin Herbert with the rib cartilage issue, and the doctor there is the one that nearly ended Tyrod Taylor's ability to breathe.
Same doctor.
Oh, man. Wait, who's getting sued right now?
Yeah. Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah. Shout out to Tyrod. I hope he wins.
No, I hope he wins too. How do you keep that dude on staff though? After he almost killed a player.
He's like someone's cousin.
Yeah,
probably.
He's definitely got dirt on the franchise. That's all that it is.
Well, the Chargers have a history of being a bad organization, which is why Eli didn't want to go there.
Yeah. They drafted people like Ryan Leaf. You know what I mean? Getting rid of Junior Seau. You know what I mean? They didn't really do anything during Junior Seau's best years. LaDainian Tomlinson as well. You know what I mean? I think they got to the playoffs, right?
Yeah, they lost to those
Darren Sproles,
those Patriots teams.
Yeah,
and then the Patriots stayed on the field and did the Quentin Jammers fucking.
Oh wait, no, you mean Sean?
Was that his?
Sean
Merriman's the one that had
Sean Marion. That sack dance. Yeah,
they stayed on the field after they beat him and danced around doing his dance.
Yeah, he did that to raise awareness for ALS.
Really?
No,
I believe it. You had me. Yeah. Oh man, that was good.
Shout out Michael Fox.
Shout out Michael Fox, always repping other good football games from week 2. Am I right? We had a couple great games from Alabama quarterbacks. One awful game from an Alabama quarterback. Patriots Steelers, unwatchable, disgusting game. Probably best game of the week. Dolphins Ravens.
Oh yeah,
might have been. Yeah, to 469. 6 touchdowns.
And they say he can't throw downfield. What did he do? Throw it downfield.
Two big bombs.
I think when you have Tyreek, I think Gabe could throw it downfield.
I low-key got a cannon. Okay, check yourself.
I've seen Gabe out there.
He's got the red hair. Hey, everyone, our special guest Cooper Rush.
You know what we need to do that because we had the basketball games. We need to do like a flag football day.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Get people out, do like a pickup game of flag football.
Yeah, we should. But I mean, that would definitely get us a chance to see Gabe's, rocket arm.
Guys.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
What?
They don't call me the Red Rocket for nothing.
You know how like certain teams just keep doing things, even the Cowboys. Like I said, this win that they had this weekend was just that was a typical Cowboys. The backup quarterback's playing.
Mm-hmm.
You play enough to stay in it and win in the very last second. Like have it come down to that moment. And I feel like the Ravens, and then specifically the Ravens with Lamar Jackson, they play these great football games that are insane, and they lose every one of those games. Every one of those games like this, they've lost over the past few years, and it's crazy to me.
Their offense is really unique where when it's on, like when it's working, it's very unstoppable. You know what I mean? You don't know who's gonna run where. You know what I mean? You don't know if Lamar Jackson's gonna throw. It's like the perfectly tailored. But then if it's off, if you get them, if they can't like get a rhythm going or anything like that, then it's just like it's chaotic. You know what I mean? And then like you have a team like the Dolphins that can just rely on like a methodical, like that's where being a quarterback like Tua really works. You know what I mean? Take the shots that are given to you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Which coach do you think trusts the quarterback more, John Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson, or Mike McDaniels and Tua? Because the trust that he's putting in Tua right now, that's empowering their offense.
Yeah, he came in like really boosting Tua's confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like that was like his first press conference was like Tua needs to get angry. Like I'm trying to like he's said it. He's been open. Like I'm trying to bring that dog out of Tua. You know what I mean? And like, hey, something's working. You know
well, I mean, it's got to be a huge change going from a guy who's trying to trade you all season for a guy who might not even get to play because of the whole massage thing into like a guy who actually supports his best starting quarterback.
Yeah. Everybody was trying to trade to the coach, the owner, everybody was trying to get him out of there.
And they gave him weapons too. They gave him Tyreek. They gave him Raheem Mostert. You know, like
Chase Edmonds, Jalen Waddle.
Dude, they showed all the like their Madden speed ratings. Tyreek Hill 99, Jalen Waddle 97, Raheem Mostert 95.
Yeah, so
that's
crazy.
And as we all know, Madden ratings directly applied to the NFL football field. So.
Well, now that you can challenge them, yeah. Because now they're
Is there a better 1-2 in the NFL or 1-1A than Tyreek and Waddle?
Ooh, I don't know. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. I mean, did you? They had a really good 1-2 punch last night.
Speaking of that, right? Yeah. 2 Alabama quarterbacks, Tua and Jalen Hurts, and Hurts responded quite well, looking nearly perfect in that game.
Yeah. I really hate to compliment a Philly team or whatever, but I mean they played such clean football yesterday. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like really. Now the Vikings came in the second half and like they kept them from scoring and stuff, but Philly had already taken the life out of them by the second quarter, and like it was just
Kirk Cousins had taken the life out of himself.
You're right.
He's so bad at football when he's bad. Like I get that the guy has games and you like that and all that, but god damn it when he's bad. Like that interception, I believe it was in the end zone.
They've been trying to blame Justin Jefferson, but you said that ball had no zip on it whatsoever.
That was a butt fumble to me, dude. That was just about as embarrassing as a butt fumble. He wasn't hit. There was nothing changed the trajectory of that, and that was the third interception.
Yeah,
that wasn't like if it's the first one, that's fine. But when you've already thrown 2 and you're being embarrassed on Monday Night Football to throw that shitty of he sucks when he said that's.
Yeah. Well, also on the other side, Darius Slay was a crazy shutdown corner that game.
Yeah,
he shut down Justin Jefferson, got like 1 or 2 picks on them. Like
I would say he shut down Kirk Cousins.
Right, single-handedly.
Kirk Cousins shut down Justin Jefferson. All right, that's what happened.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because I just don't. Kirk. Just
2-14 on Monday Night Football.
They should just get a backup that can play on primetime or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
They had a backup that could play on primetime, Case Keenum.
Yeah.
Throw
him in on primetime games because Kirk sucks.
You forget how far Case Keenum took him too.
Yeah.
13-3, Minnesota Miracle.
Yeah, we hired Pat Shurmur because of that season. Like that's how good Case Keenum played for them. All right, and then they felt that the improvement to that was Kirk Cousins.
If we could just get a guy that's less mediocre.
Exactly.
But going back to Kenny's question, I mean, do you guys think the Eagles have a better 1-2 punch at wide out than the Dolphins, or no?
If we're talking about the present, yes. If we're talking about talent-wise, I'd still give it to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
Okay.
Yeah. Or even, I mean, they're having kind of a down year too, but Deontay Johnson and Chase Claypool.
Yeah, well, they're going to suffer.
Over Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill.
I don't know if I put them over those two. I can't. No. Yeah, and they're going to suffer a lot having Trubisky throwing them the ball. I do like AJ Brown and Devontae Smith as a better one too, just because of Tyreek and Jalen Waddle are very similar. You know what I mean?
Similar skill sets. Other guys are different.
But no, they are. I mean, they are dangerous regardless. You know what I mean? Like you saw this week, it's hard to stop. Either one of them.
Yeah,
because that's what you're expecting, like Mahomes to do with his receiver, like have receiver stat lines like that. But again, that's an interesting thing. Not to get too far off topic, but that's an interesting thing about Mahomes is that he really, truly does spread the ball around. Like he doesn't have a guy.
Yeah, he took them podcast comments personally. He out there, he's trying to prove it.
Against the Cardinals, nine different receivers caught a pass. So Mahomes is fantastic. A team that would kill for any one of the wide receivers you just listed off. The Chicago Bears, who continue to lose primetime football games to none other than Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, my gosh. Did you guys – I watched this game, and honestly it was not it did not seem competitive at all. But then the Bears, they showed a little bit of life. There was a moment where they could have scored at the very end. This is the thing that encompassed the whole game. And they got to 4th and inches on the goal line and ran their quarterback out of the shotgun.
Is it the team, or is Justin Fields not gonna pan out?
I wouldn't give up on Justin Fields just yet.
No, I'm not even saying give up on him. But is it if you plug another quarterback into that team, are they better?
Absolutely not. I mean, they don't really have the receiver or tight end talent to really for someone to come in and rip it.
They don't have anything. They don't have anything for Justin Fields. I mean, I'm sad to say Justin Fields is going to be ruined by this team. The Bears are
because I saw one good drive where he looked like good, and then the rest of it was just. It's not like I said. I kind of believe the same thing you guys did. That's why I asked the question.
Yeah,
I don't believe. I think it's just like that.
He has talent, and I think his talent is very comparable to like a Jalen Hurts. You know what I mean? But the difference is, you saw Philly did everything to improve the situation around Jalen Hurts. You know what I mean? And Chicago did the opposite. They've given no new talent. They didn't go after any receivers. They've done nothing.
They got a new running back, but what good is that when?
A backup running back still.
Yeah,
exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah, a brand new coach. You know what I mean? The coach that drafted him didn't want him, and then the new coach that he's got is, you know what they say, a new coach. They want their own guy. You know what I mean? So I feel for Justin Fields because he has talent. He has a lot of talent, but his situation is not beneficial for him at all.
Because my bigger point with that is I just feel like the quarterbacks from that draft are just not panning out.
Trevor Lawrence looked really, really good on Sunday.
Yeah. Mac Jones looks okay, good enough to win. I mean, last season he looked good enough to prove, he'll play at least 2 more years on the pass.
And Zach Wilson just led the Jets to one of the Joe Flacco. My bad.
Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco.
Joe Fluco, really?
Oh my
Joe
God.
Flacco on the Big Apple.
So they're
31-30 over the Jets.
They're gonna get worse they're going to get worse when Zach Wilson comes back.
Oh, yeah.
You think so? I don't know, man. A lot of life in the Jets, man. Comeback win, you know what I mean? Last second touchdown catch by Garrett Wilson, you know? But
I think that's a Joe Flacco. That's what I'm saying is I think Joe Flacco's a better quarterback than...
I think it's more the receivers are more reliable this year. I mean, last year you had, Denzel Mims, who, potential, but never really got there. Corey Davis, who... you treated him like a number one, but is he really a number one? He's doing a lot better as a number two.
Yeah, it's the same. I mean, but the receivers they know the system better this year, and I think that it's good to have Joe Flacco in there because he's got a strong arm. You know what I'm saying? But they are gonna need Zach Wilson to come back.
Do you think it's that the receivers know it better, that it's Joe Flacco, or it's simply as easy as Garrett Wilson's there now, and he is that much of a game changer?
Well, he was amazing on Sunday. I'll tell you that much. I think that I don't know. I mean, one game. I mean, does one game make a legend? I mean, this is the NFL, and I mean Odell Beckham. I say that Odell Beckham Jr. The thing, but I mean, I don't know. I think that remains to be seen as the season progresses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Only time will tell.
Man, is Julio? Not even Julio, because Julio's got hurt too much over his career. But is there that receiver? Like, are there receivers of this generation that just played? Because Calvin Johnson retired early. Like, that just played and were like, because Odell looked like that guy. Like, you're like, wow, this is going to be an insanely good career. Like, Odell's not even going to make the Hall of Fame.
No.
I think he still will.
You think he'll make the Hall of Fame?
So he already has an argument for it because he has a ring and all the shit he did with the Giants. I mean, those years where he was healthy, he was electric.
But it was like 3 seasons.
Right,
but it was four.
But he's still young. Season. I think he can.
So 3.5 because the first season wasn't even a full season.
He still has at least 3 more years in him. Yeah.
He only missed 4 games.
I don't know. You have to do quite a lot to get into the Pro Football Hall of Fame as a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Terrell Owens didn't make it for 2 years. Now, I know that's media more than anything else, but still. Yeah. He's far better than
they used and now they will use your off the field stuff against you. And I mean, Odell he doesn't have an Antonio Brown type rap sheet, but I mean when he was popping, remember he had like the pizza with the
the little tray. Yeah, he had the
I mean, he has a team that he went to that it just didn't even work out at all. Like who's in the Hall of Fame that has that story where it's like, I went to this team.
Well, Randy Moss on the Raiders.
A couple Jerry Rice on the Raiders.
Well, Terrell Owens had
the Bills and the Bengals
for a while.
But that's and I'm talking about end of career. I'm talking about like that was
Terrell Owens was still I mean, he on the Bills he was still like really, really good.
Yeah, I mean Randy Moss, right? Vikings, excellent. He had a couple good years on the Raiders, but wasn't up to what he was on the Vikings, then Patriots and record
Patriots
setting.
record. So I think Odell will still have at least 3 more years, maybe 4, maybe even more, but he can still win a ring depending on what team he goes to.
After the second knee injury? I don't think he's ever coming.
You can't count him out, dude.
I don't see it.
Watch me now.
I don't see it. At 29, he won't be 30. He'll be back at 30. I think he's on the wrong side of 30 with too many ACL injuries.
Dude, man. He can with this skill set, he can try. If he has to adapt and become a possession receiver, he can.
You're way too high on Odell at this point.
No, all right, watch him come back this season.
I told you last podcast, Lucas gets one goddamn thing right with the Rams, and he's like, guys, I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like,
I just my thing with Odell is like I love Odell too, but I do agree. I don't think he's going to go to the Hall of Fame, and I definitely think that what's going to make it tough is that when I say the ACL injuries, both those ACLs were on the same leg. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They tore him, you know what I mean? So it's like I just think it's just going to be tough for him to come back. Unless he goes to maybe the Packers, he'll get playing time right away. You got Aaron Rodgers, that's a help. Or you got to have like a bona fide stud quarterback who can give you those numbers. But
I think it's kind of smart he's sitting out because he's just like, all right, let's see who needs a lot of help at receiver.
Somebody's going to come to him before the trade deadline if they want to make a push. You know what I'm saying? But
Cowboys.
Cooper, you know what I mean?
I'm hearing the Giants maybe. He's been teasing the Giants on Twitter.
We ain't got no money, dude. Like what you
zero,
yeah.
But the thing is, Odell's the type of player where you can give him the vet minimum, and if he's in New York, he'll make money.
That's true.
He's a fucking media superstar.
That's
he's
true.
In LA, New York, he'll fucking maybe he won't make as much in like Buffalo, New York, or some fucking place like that. But
Buffalo's close enough to
New York. Is it? It's like a couple hours, I think. No.
Yeah, it's
Buffalo
like
is not close to New York City.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying it's close enough for him to make money.
No,
maybe
not at all. No.
Oh, wait, are you talking about outside of? Are you talking about outside of the NFL?
Yeah, outside of football. I mean, all the appearances. I don't even know. This guy has a million ways to make money. If
Buffalo, man, he gonna be appearing at fucking like wing. He gonna be pizza, like pizza shops and fucking. That ain't nothing out there.
Hey, we're talking about.
We're talking pizza place. Yeah,
we're talking about a guy who's willing to travel to Miami to party.
Come see Odell sign an old Giants gear at Macy's.
Odell's got a lumberjack flannel. He's debuting at the lumberyard up the street.
Guys, we're talking about Buffalo. They probably still have Mervin's and Robinson's May. Okay?
They actually do. You know what I mean? Odell gonna be at a Stewart's, fucking getting you coffee. And
Burlington Coat Factory.
You want to smoke a cigarette with Odell outside this Target? That's a come to Buffalo. Man.
I was on set. I was on set today talking about Mervin's because they had those You remember those commercials back in the day that were like open. Do you guys remember those?
I don't know if I didn't live on the West Coast, so I didn't.
I don't think I was alive.
Yeah, I was alive, but I don't think I remember that one specifically.
It was just like some lady that was like trying to get into a sale, and they did it for like years. Like it was like she was trying to get into the sale, and she was like waiting for it to open, and she was just standing at the window going open.
Oh, kind of like a Black Friday type thing. Yeah. Oh man,
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Fucking Mervin's.
Open. What everyone thought we'd be saying about Justin Jefferson this weekend obviously didn't happen.
Nope. No.
But for fantasy football, we had a couple ups, a couple downs. We're changing it up. We're not going to be talking about our league as much with fantasy football. We're going to be focusing a little bit more on one big takeaway each week from all of us playing fantasy football. Kenny, as a fantasy football player, someone who does IDP, what's your big takeaway for fantasy for this week?
My big takeaway for fantasy football this week is I suck. I'm not good at fantasy football. I run 2 fantasy football leagues, and I'm also in 2 other leagues, and I lost in all 4. Not just lost, I was embarrassed in 4 different leagues where I came nowhere close to winning, and no one on my bench would have done better in those spots, which means I just have 4 bad teams. I've been doing this for too long to be this bad at fantasy football, and that is my fantasy football takeaway.
I think we've all been there before. Yeah. Once you lose $200 and you're like, I'm not getting it back, and this is a lost year in fantasy sports.
Well, 3 out of the 4 leagues that I play in, there is a weekly bonus. So whoever scores the most points in that league gets a bonus. 2 of the leagues, it's $50. One of the leagues, it's $40. And so my whole thing is like, okay, you can still make a little bit of money. If you put together a good team, you can make a little bit of money throughout the season and have some fun. And my teams are scoring some of the least points in all of my leagues.
You should do it where if someone scores less than you for 3 weeks, just set up a side bet. Like your 3-week score combined is less than one of their 1-week scores. Then you give them $10. Otherwise, they owe you $10. That way, you can definitely recoup some of your investment.
That's what I'm going to have to do.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I mean, what I need to do is be able to use trade players between my 4 teams to build my team, and then I think that's what I need to do to win one game.
One super team.
How is IDP? I can't imagine.
IDP is so much fun. I tried to tell you guys that you got to do it.
Have you guys ever played IDP?
I haven't. No.
Yeah. I'm playing in the KNFL. You know what I mean?
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Got my team, Cobra Kai 4-bath. You know what I'm saying? We go for the.
So how do you like IDP, Dwayne? You don't. It seems like
it's high. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that I definitely like. It gives me more that I have to think about in terms of like who I'm trying to like, because it's like if I individual players, so now I I got to draft, I got to draft a whole team. So I can't draft certain offensive players if they go against that defense. And it's just like kind of shooting myself in the foot depending on who I pick. Because I got to think about that more. And I think that is my biggest takeaway is I might have done too many leagues this year. You know what I mean? I decided to go from just being like one league to like I think I'm in 3 or 4 myself. And too many leagues, you start drafting players, and then it's like you start canceling your shit out. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what the situation that happened to me this week was that none of my teams. I won one league and lost the other 2.
Congratulations.
But thank you. But none of my teams could like really score a lot of points because they all are like
and there's nothing worse than cheering against your own players on a fantasy team that you have to win that week and then you're also playing them in another league
so it's like I'm just like it was really I realized that I'm 1 maybe 2 leagues from after this year. I'm not going to do more than 2, so that's
a good fantasy takeaway. Limit the number of leagues. Lucas, what do you have hot off the press?
Okay, I have Aaron Jones in one of my leagues, and I was worried about him. I was like, man, is this the year that A.J. Dillon, like, suddenly wins not necessarily the starting job, but he is getting more carries. I was concerned. That's fine, because this game, for the second game in a row, he had more carries, but Aaron Jones still had more points. He's more involved in the passing game, and now it's more crucial than ever for the Packers because they have no receivers. I'm not going to say they don't have receivers. They have young receivers and very old receivers. You're either like a rookie or you're Sammy Watkins or Cobby. Like there's no in between there. Unless you're Alan Lazard, who's kind of, I don't know, he's still kind of a bust. Do you guys think Alan Lazard is a bust?
I don't know. I think, he went into this season injured, so he's going to take some time to develop. He very much benefited from having Devontae Adams, so I think it's just going to remain. I think I want to see how it plays out this season because he is Aaron Rodgers' best option at wideout.
But he's supposed to be.
But was he ever considered that great? I feel like he's always been. I feel like all those other receivers on that team.
No, he was pulled off the practice squad. So I mean, he's
like I feel like they were literally like it's like those that the same thing that Tony Romo did in his career where he made like Laurent. You guys remember Laurent Robinson?
Laurent Robinson.
That was like 2014 or 2013.
Yeah,
that was a Cowboys receiver that had 12 touchdowns. And then the Jags signed him, and you never heard of the next season. And you never heard. They actually had whatever season it was. I think was Allen Robinson's rookie season. So they had Robinson and Robinson.
Right. That happened to the Eagles with the other Steve Smith, the lesser known Steve Smith that was on the Giants, and he won the Super Bowl. Yeah, went to the Eagles. Just never heard from him after. By the way, now that I wanted to ask you, Kenny. Cole Beasley, I heard, just signed on to the Bucks
the greatest rapper
squad.
alive.
That means he must be dropping a new album soon.
Yeah.
Cole Beasley presents.
What happened to this guy? He was like, pretty good as a little slot guy.
Anti-vax and then got COVID a shit ton of times.
A shit ton of times?
Probably. Who knows?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, they didn't care.
I'll speculate.
How old is he? He's like 30 years old, isn't he?
34, 35.
Yeah.
Eventually.
He was just being too vocal about not being back. He was like, I'll cough on the ref. So they were like, we can't have him in there.
But he just ate. He just got old. He's old. He's an old. I think he's like 33 or something like that. 33, 34 years old. So
right.
It's like it's funny because I feel like the catch of his career was the last catch that he ever had from Dak. He had this insane diving touchdown in the end zone, and that was like the end of his Cowboys career, And then he had a little bit of good shit in Buffalo, but I don't know. He just got old. He's small. He's really small, dude. There were so many times he was open and Dak just couldn't see him.
Dude, those small white guys, though, It all started with Wes Welker, and then you got this guy. Then you got Christian Barrios seems to be the new hot, small white receiver.
Cole Beasley is not on the level of a Wes Welker, though.
No, he's not. But I'm saying, these small, shifty white guys, every now and then they pop off.
So your fantasy takeaway.
Danny Woodhead. Remember Danny Woodhead?
Yeah.
He was that guy.
Danny Woodhead looked like he'd be like, no, Mom. Fuck you. I'm not gonna call him Dad.
Yeah. Danny Woodhead looks like he says the N-word with his black friends, but but doesn't, you know what I mean, say it around all black people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
They said I could say it.
Yeah, exactly.
That leads to my fantasy takeaway, which is draft short white guys. We need people looking out for us. Bringing us to week 3. So I know you guys have the showdown of the week, so we're going to put that on the back burner while I drill you guys questions on Cardinals and Rams.
Right.
What do you guys think about this game? Because to me, whoever wins this game, wide open path to winning the division.
Well, it's surprisingly winnable. You know what I mean? Like, believe it or not, because the Rams are not looking very as intimidating as you would think they would coming off a Super Bowl win. And the Cardinals coming off a victory like that with the Raiders, that's going to boost your confidence. You know what I mean? So this is a division game as always. You guys are in for like this could be a real good one.
Yeah, I think the Cardinals might be figuring out how to win without D-Hop, which, they did a little bit of that last season, but definitely, I don't know what the record was when they lost D-Hop, but it was bad.
Yeah.
It was definitely lopsided on the 1 and 5.
This is going to be a bloodbath.
Cardinals, Rams.
You think the Rams are going to
destroy them? Yeah, I think they played against a not so good Raiders team last week and were able to squeak out a win. But I think I don't think that Kyler Murray can put the team on his back and run all over the Rams.
But about this though, Matthew Stafford is injury prone. I'm not injury prone. I'm turnover prone. I'm sorry.
He is small, but unfortunately, Gabe, he's not white.
Well, but Cliff Kingsbury got the lats. He'll be holding all of us up. We're chilling. Wears tight shirts. I kind of agree. I don't necessarily see the Rams running. The Rams have looked bad. They've looked bad at football. They let the Falcons claw all the way back in that game to the point where you're like, are they going to blow it to the Atlanta Falcons, the team notorious for blowing large leads, which they did to the Saints week 1.
Yeah. It's like the only one who shows up to play on LA is Cooper Kupp. Like he's he's the only one that be going to practice. The only one that's like knows the playbook. Everyone, there's been a lot of struggles in LA. You know what I mean? And it's like they're aging. I think, Matt, when it happens, when quarterbacks go, it happens quick. You know what I mean? And
it looks like Matt Stafford's getting those Wednesdays off with Brady.
Exactly. They're going to play bridge down there.
Go fix your marriage Wednesdays.
Home, yeah.
Wedding repair Wednesdays.
Exactly.
I like that.
Do you think any of that has to do with winning the Super Bowl?
There's always a hangover after
the
Rams.
Rams.
No, not even the Rams. That Matthew Stafford. It's like, bro, you played. What he played 10 years in Detroit, 12 years in Detroit, goes to the Rams, wins a Super Bowl. Do you think he is kind of just like, in the back of his like?
I think his arm hurts because he's never played that long of a season. He's like, oh shit, I don't think this is what they be going through.
And he was hurt all throughout that run. Like there was never a healthy week for Matt. I don't think he started the season healthy, and I don't think he's continuing this season healthy. He's taking hits.
Not at his age. He went 33.
34,
he went in. He's 34 now. Yeah, so it's like you don't go into the season like in the tip-top shape. You know what I mean? Unless you're Brady doing pliability, but. He was the only one doing that. Matt Stafford is he's definitely been struggling, and the injuries caught up to him. He's looking like Ben Roethlisberger. Remember, that was the same thing that happened to Ben Roethlisberger. Had the little elbow tweak, you know what I mean? All of a sudden, he couldn't get any zip, and then he just went limp noodle for that last year.
Man.
So you guys think the Cardinals are going to beat the Rams?
I think so. I'm going to take the Cardinals. I think so, man. I believe.
Lucas?
I'm so torn here, but my heart is telling me the Rams. Oh, by the way, who plays at home? Because that's a big
Cardinals
advantage.
are hosting.
Cardinals are hosting.
Yeah,
I want them. I want to say they're going to ride that momentum, but they just don't have. I don't think they have the talent to beat them. I could be wrong, but I see the Rams running away with it.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Kenny.
So we're split, right?
Your Rams. You said Rams are going to crush them. I'm gonna take the Cardinals.
What?
Where Rams are favored by 3.5. I'm taking the Cardinals to cover and lose. Is that fine? Can we take that? Break it down betting wise.
Okay, try to hedge.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Cover but lose. I bet Rams money line, Cardinals to cover.
There you go.
No, I think the Cardinals are going to lose the football game, but it is going to be a close game.
Okay.
So
I believe in you, Kyler. Kyler got slapped in the face. Like, you know, you know what I'm saying? I ain't taking no more shit. You know what I mean? Like, I think the Cardinals are going to win this one. They played great early in the season. I think this is the perfect time for them.
If they can figure out a way to make every play last 30 seconds, dude, they're going to fucking destroy.
Yeah, 0 holding calls,
gas
by the
out,
way.
yeah. Gas out Aaron Donald.
Yeah. Game of the week? If you're an NFC East follower. Otherwise, you really don't care what's going on in this game.
This is the game of the country, baby. You know
hey, the NFC itself is wide open, so this could very well be the NFC Championship game.
Exactly. Week 3 NFC Championship.
With the NFC Championship game between the backup Cooper Rush and the backup Daniel Jones.
Hey, baby.
Until Brian Dable finds a suitable quarterback.
The NFC is such a question mark right now. Who is the most if you had to pick a Super Bowl contender from the NFC, who are you picking?
Philadelphia Eagles.
Right.
Fair.
Yeah. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Those are the top 2 right now. Regardless, we'll hit on a couple of them later. We got Cowboys Giants Monday Night Football. That's going to be a game. Joe Buck, Troy Aikman finally getting to announce a Cowboys game after a 2-year hiatus of Tony Romo stealing them. This is going to be fantastic. How are you feeling about it? Micah Parsons, Saquon Barkley. What are the thoughts there?
They're such similar teams, like great defenses, terrible offenses. I mean, we'll see. Like me personally, I'm happy as a Giants fan. I was so concerned about the secondary. Secondary is playing out of their mind right now. We've been playing without our top 2 pass rushers. Hopefully we get at least one of them back, ideally both. Dude, we haven't seen Kayvon yet, bro.
Do you think the secondary is playing so well because they face shitty quarterbacks?
Our secondary has been they've been average. You know what I mean? They've been benefiting by not playing anybody top tier, and we're gonna benefit again. You know, playing. But Cooper Rush has been able to find receivers deep in the flat. You know what I mean?
Dare you compare the Giants defense to the Dallas Cowboys defense?
Statistically, we're better.
Number 1 on third downs, baby. That's us, baby. That's us.
Number 1 completion percentage allowed.
Thank you. All right.
Put some respect on our name.
There was no respect on your name. I spit on your name.
What you mean?
I spit on your name.
Okay. We're going to see about that come Monday.
Exactly.
We'll see. I'm going to laugh when I'm sitting here gloating that a backup quarterback beat Daniel Jones.
How many sacks do you think Micah Parsons is going to have?
I think he already has 3.
Yeah. I was going to say 3.
Daniel Jones fumbled the ball before they went to practice. But we overcome grit, baby. All right, that's what we do. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter how it looks.
Thank God, in this 4-game stretch, we get to play the Giants.
It's time.
You guys have won 2 games, looked bad doing it. I actually believe in the Dallas Cowboys winning this game this week.
It's good that you guys get to play us because when we win, then Jerry can fire Mike McCarthy, the Cowboys fans want.
That would never happen.
That'll be great. And then he hires Brian Dable immediately for $3 million more.
I mean, I can see.
Hey, New York's got money.
Jerry got money.
And then you guys bring Jason Garrett back on.
I'll be honest, man. It was Joe Judge's fault. I don't know if it was all.
No, man. It was for sure Jason Garrett. Well, he was definitely a culprit.
There was a combination.
You know what I thought about on the offensive side of the ball?
Yeah.
I could be wrong. This might be the first time the Giants have had a better offensive line than the Cowboys.
The Giants have an offense?
Our offensive line is
getting better.
Is good. Yeah. Okay. Now we
can run the ball.
Yeah. Now we've our receiving core has definitely been a lot to much to be desired, I guess. You know
Richie James, a 27-year-old.
Didn't I tell you about Richie James?
He did. He called it, actually. Yeah.
Come on now. Go back and watch the tape. I told you my man was going to be out here. You know what I mean?
Kenny Galladay getting out-snapped by a practice squad receiver.
Stills Army.
Didn't he clear out his locker?
He did.
According to reports, yeah.
He did. Yeah, he did.
So we're shopping them. Hey, anybody wants them, dude?
Hey, by the way, you need Kenny Galladay? You know what I'm saying?
I'll take a conditional 7th round pick.
If you had to take one of the 2 offenses, either the Cowboys or the Giants, as they are right now for the rest of their season, who do you think is the better offense?
I would say the Giants because of Saquon Barkley. I think he is the difference maker on our offense. And I think he. All right.
That was loud as fuck.
That dude has my back. You know what I'm saying?
I would say the Giants, unfortunately, as well, with Saquon Barkley. And I would have to say that over the course of a season that Daniel Jones has played the whole season, Cooper Rush hasn't, and that Daniel Jones would probably play better over the course of a season. Probably. I would hope. I mean, literally, Cooper Rush is a backup on a team. Daniel Jones
has not made it through a full season either. I think the most he's played every season is like 12 games, so he's injury prone as well. I mean, there is a good chance Tyrod Taylor will be taking snaps this season.
But this is why you got to reform the whole preseason because no one really plays. Even when you do a joint practice, like that's not going to simulate a game.
A couple of the joint practices simulated Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore.
Oh, the fights, but I mean, we're talking about fights. We're not talking about someone's diving at your knees trying to chop block you.
So removing your partisan hats, take away the Giants fandom, take away the Cowboys fandom. Who wins Monday night?
Cowboys are going to win, and not just. I don't think that the. I still think over the two. I still think over the two. It's the Cowboys Giants. It's going to be probably down to the last possession.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be like last season when I got to watch Daniel Jones get his head taken off and concussed.
Yeah, Daniel Jones won't be doing too many of that. He won't be doing it.
I think he learned how to slide this season. It's crazy. He learned how to not get tripped by air and how to slide. It's phenomenal.
It's nice to see.
Yeah. Score-wise, I think both teams still aren't going to score a ton of points. I think it's going to be similar to what the Cowboys had this last week, right around, I would say, 17-20.
We're home. I think we are going to break. I think we are going to break 20 points. I'm going to say we get 25. We're home 25-22.
I'm going to go 27-24 Giants win. Yeah.
I am going to take the Giants as well. I think you guys are going to win this.
Okay.
Not because I think the Cowboys are a worse team overall, but I believe in Brian Daboll.
He's a great coach.
Do. Yeah, I think you guys found a great coach. Putting it together, using Daniel Jones as a game manager, revolutionary, right?
Who'd have thought?
Yeah. You use the guy who sucks like a guy who sucks.
Who'd have thought? You know what I mean?
Not a jack of all trades or a master of any. So we do have a couple more interesting games, I'd say, than even the Giants and Cowboys.
What?
In week 3.
Oh, baby, do we?
Yes. Top of the list, Bills, Dolphins.
Yes.
AFC East showdown.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
I think it's a true litmus test as to where both teams are.
Even for the Bills?
No.
Like, if the Bills lose this game, are you down on them?
No.
I mean, no, but, they're still... Look, they lost last season. They have almost the same team they had last season, which wasn't perfect. It was great. Wasn't perfect.
Plus Von Miller.
Yeah, Von Miller's been a great addition. He's been looking
fantastic.
Very great.
They're the best team in football, dude. Yeah. They're the best team in football.
Yeah, they are. But the Dolphins, they haven't faced a team like the Dolphins the whole season, even though it's only been 2 games. Like
the Rams and the Titans.
The Rams won the Super Bowl.
And the Titans were the 1 seed in the AFC last year, as you are prone to
recall. But they don't have the type of players that can get vertical like Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. They don't have that kind of speed. No team that they face has that kind of speed.
I don't disagree. I hear you out there. Kenny, would it change your opinion of the Dolphins if they win the game?
I don't think heavily on it's early in the season. I think it's to where, I would still feel the same because I wouldn't just legitimize the Dolphins like, oh man, they're the best team in the AFC if they win. I don't really think so.
Right. I don't think we would say they're automatically the best team if they were to win.
I don't know.
But you would call them you would have to call them a contender at that point.
It's a statement for real. And I don't know. I think that it would. I think it kind of would legitimize the Dolphins. The Buffalo Bills have been not just the best team in football. Like they've been dominant. You know what I mean? And so the Dolphins are still ascending. With the first-year quarterback, you know what I mean? And then Tua, I know you have a great game, but it's like to have a great game like he had and then to follow it up by beating the Bills. Okay. Now, that is
maybe the Dolphins are the Bills of 3 years ago.
Right. Well, 3 years ago. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that might be a little too early. You're gonna have to see how it plays out for the rest of the season. But you at least give them a nod. Like if they beat the Bills, you got to go, oh man, this team is somebody who you can't just write them off and be like, oh, it's the Dolphins anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you gotta.
Dwayne, what did the Ravens win show to you about the Dolphins?
I mean, it showed that they can actually they can hang in and win a game. You know what I mean? They won't fall apart and then just be dysfunctional like most Dolphins teams look in that situation.
And that's what I'm saying. I believe that already happened this last week with the way that game went.
No, but it's like then now it's the next level. This is what I'm saying. It's like now you got a team like the Bills who are coming in and like destroying people, and it's like you beat them. Now it's like, oh, this might be a good team. You know what I mean? It's like you go from being...
Yeah, the Ravens week 1 didn't look super dominant against the Jets.
Right.
Right. So the Ravens, they're a good team. The Bills are an elite team.
Yeah.
There's very few elite teams. I mean, there's the Bills, the Chiefs. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't put any other team in the elite category. So, yeah, you have to
wouldn't
beat
it put them
team.
first place in the division, too? Wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's weird. It's very weird to think about like the AFC being a competitive division and the Patriots not being really involved in that. At least not up until now.
I don't think that Miami's bad. I don't think they're going to win this game, and I think they're going to be. I think they're. I don't think it's going to be embarrassing, but I don't think it's going to be close.
So you think it's going to bring them back down to earth? Like, oh, just kidding, we're not as good as we thought we were.
No, I think that I think they are pretty good, beating Baltimore, coming back in that fashion that they did.
Mm-hmm.
Just some like very clutch things in there. Like if they get blown out in this game, then I would feel like more like, okay, come like. But if they just play a good game, if they keep, I don't like when I say it's not going to be close, I don't think it's going to be down to like the last possession, like are they gonna win, or like they're gonna win it on a final possession type thing.
Right.
So you're saying 2 possession game in favor of the Bills?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm saying like Bills win by literally. I think they're gonna win by 10 points. By 10 points.
I also think the Bills will win pretty handily, but yeah, no. If the Dolphins beat them, it's gonna boost their reputation for sure.
Oh, it will boost their reputation. I'm saying how I will feel about it because I feel good about the Dolphins after. It's everything. It's one of those times where like everything that you're thinking is it's like Tua. We all kind of believe that he's a pretty decent quarterback, right? Yeah, and that he's gotten a bad rap.
I don't know. We've been kind of shitting on him before.
Well, I mean, we can go back to the tape. I never thought he was great, but I wouldn't shit on. I think he got I think he got a short end of the stick there in Miami, and then Miami brought in a Shanahan lineage coach.
I'll admit it. I shat on Tua for sure. So
I didn't shit on Tua per se. I said I don't know about his arm talent. I don't know if he can really sling it like that. We'll see. He's proven me wrong, I guess, because I doubted his arm.
Did he prove you wrong enough to where you're going to pick the Dolphins in this game?
Yeah.
I saw it on your face.
Yeah.
You had this smirk that you're ready for the zag.
Dude, I see it, man. I think that the teams that come in with that much pressure, like, oh my God, you can't lose this. You know, it's like,
okay.
It's like,
interesting.
It's like I'm talking to you. You're the Bills. Like, hey, you can't lose this. This is a division rival. Yeah. This is a team. I know they're hot, but hey,
the lights are going to be too bright for Josh Allen.
No, it doesn't even come down to Josh Allen. It comes down to who's going to outplay or who's going to win.
And the correct answer
you're so full of shit
is the Bills. The Bills are going to win.
All right, I'll be the lone guy taking them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you 100% will be.
Other than that, we probably have the most elite of the elite teams in the NFC, whatever that means, entering this week. We have the Packers and the Bucks in a showdown for week 3.
Fucking great game.
Bucks will be missing Mike Evans. So I wouldn't say great game anymore. They have no wide receivers.
And did the Bucks look very good this past week?
They looked very dominant in the second half. Jameis Winston also has 4 fractures in his back.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So,
and he's still out there, right? They didn't bring Taysom Hill. Yeah.
Nope. Jameis looked awful through 3 picks.
No, Aaron Rodgers bounced back against the Bears. I mean, you know what I mean?
Jameis
is Chris Godwin still out?
Yeah. I don't think Godwin played this last week, so that's a TBD as well. really the retirement bowl, if you think about it. Who's going to retire first, Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady?
Ayahuasca Aaron or Tampering Tom? Who's gonna get it? Yeah. I like Aaron, man. I like Aaron. I think he usually, that first game usually is tough on him. That's happened to him the 3 years in a row where the first game is tough, and then he's gone on like a pretty solid tear for the next like couple of games. So I think the Bucs are gonna feel that. They may get him back in like the playoffs or whatever. That's usually when it happens, but he's gonna get him. He's gonna get him on this Sunday.
Brady's gonna throw away his wedding ring. Like, fuck it, I'm all in, guys. Let's go.
Yeah, Brady got a lot on his mind. You can see it, bro. Brady is stressed as fuck right now. Like I'm telling you, that this divorce is weighing on him right now. So
potential divorce.
I'm
okay.
sorry. They not
I'm holding out hope.
They not living together. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Bro, imagine being the divorce lawyer.
Yeah.
Be cashing in right there. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So we have one team Aaron.
Right.
Lucas, Kenny, team Aaron, team Tom.
I like, man, it's tough because it's not just about the quarterbacks. Both defenses are very good.
Yeah.
I trust the Packers defense a little more, and I like Aaron just a little bit more than Brady, so I'm going to go with the Packers.
I'm going to have to go Packers as well.
Packers. I second that. I'm going to go Packers. I think the Packers have a better team at this point in time. Although, big watch out on the Bucs defense entering the week. Besides that, a game that I think is going to be very interesting, Chargers-Jags. Trevor Lawrence looked very good, and we'll see if Justin Herbert plays.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about Trevor Lawrence right now? After an awful rookie season, going into the second year, looks like he's a competent quarterback.
Again, benefiting from better coaching. You know what I mean? You go from Urban Meyer to Doug Peterson, who actually knows who Aaron Donald is. That's when your coach knows who Aaron Donald is, that's a big help to you. You know what I mean? But the Jaguars really they put the Colts. They just put them in a box. You know what I mean? The
Colts look awful.
Yes,
Colts
they do.
Look like the worst. Colts the worst team in football.
Colts,
look bad.
what a fucking disappointment. My goodness.
Matt Ryan looks like
all the
shit.
hype. Oh my God.
And it's like, it's not the Commanders don't look much better, but they do look better than the Colts. And so it's like getting rid of Carson Wentz for Matt Ryan was not, you know what I mean? Like that did not improve them in any way, shape, or form. Like it is just. It's been tough. It's been real tough. Frank Reich, he doesn't know how to make any adjustments, and so it's like Jonathan Taylor or nothing. You know what I mean?
They're also depleted at receiver, from what I've heard. You know, Michael
receivers.
Pittman's out, and after that, what do you really have? Zach Pascal, I think, is hurt too, and he's not even a good receiver.
Yeah. Some people have lucky tickets. If you got a gold ticket, you get to play receiver that day. So that's that's what it's been like.
Grandpa just hops out of bed. You got a golden ticket. I'll play.
Yeah. So I think that's made the Jaguars look better than they are. You know what I mean? I think the Chargers will still come in. If Justin Herbert plays, they're gonna.
That's exactly my take. If Justin Herbert plays, Chargers are gonna roll. You know, I don't know. Literally, the Chargers are. But that's tier like 1A, that tier that right under, you know, the other two teams we talked about earlier.
Mm-hmm. On paper, they're elite for sure, especially with the upgrades they got on defense. You know, J.C. Jackson and Khalil Mack.
Yeah,
huge.
They got to learn how to close. You know what I mean? That's the only reason why they lost to Kansas City. You know what I mean? They've been there, championship football. You know what I mean? You can close in big moments, but the Chargers have every bit of talent to like be in the Super Bowl this year. So
this is a blowout. If Herbie plays, if he doesn't play, it might be a game. I don't know. It shouldn't be a game because of all that talent on defense.
Who's their backup?
Chase Daniels. Well, I mean, he's
made quite the career out of being a backup. Yeah,
you know what I mean, I call him Chase Bank because he be making deposits. You know
Bro,
what I mean?
He's really living that Blue Mountain State life in the NFL, dude.
He's made some good money in the NFL backing people up. So you know.
Yeah. I'm kind of Zag here. I think the Jags might actually pull this one out, regardless.
Surprise team.
How do you feel, by the way, about Christian Kirk actually playing up to the money he was paid?
I
earning that money.
No, I do love it. I don't like that it's not on the Cardinals, but I do love that he's contributing, and I think it continues to justify my hatred for Marquise Brown, who is not playing up to whatever amount of draft capital we get. Like, imagine if we had Christian Kirk. Oh,
you had Christian Kirk.
I know, a receiver that can get open.
You had him. You really could have used that now.
We should rewind to last season because he was not saying these types of things about Christian Kirk.
Not at all.
No. I was
Christian Kirk was getting the Marquise Brown treatment.
I was offended by Christian Kirk's inability to run to the end of the deep ball that Kyler was throwing to him.
Yeah.
But he is a better receiver than Marquise Brown. I don't think that's an argument. He justified the whiteout won money through these 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Thinking about Trevor Lawrence, like getting the new coach and, like playing better. They say like, oh, come on, get your head out of your ass. It's really like, oh, get your fingers out of your ass.
Hey, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did he sniff him in that video? I don't even
I
remember.
don't know. He didn't sniff him. He was digging. He was digging for gold. For
He went to the bathroom and sniffed him in case he was being recorded.
So we have three conditional yeses on the Chargers if Herbert plays, and I'm going to stick Jags all the way through on that one.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, okay.
Nice.
So this is your shock pick. Okay.
And,
Why do you think they'll win even with
I
Herbie
think
playing?
The Jags have a very good defense that's vastly overlooked.
Travon Walker is looking like the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, and justifying it. And they still have Josh Allen as well. So I very firmly believe that the Jags have a lot of talent. They do. And Doug Peterson knows how to coach. I hope that this last week is indicative of the rest of their season because I think the AFC South, they're going to win it. They look like the best team in the AFC South, hands down. Besides that, Trevor Lawrence is great. He just is. With a real coach, the guy didn't throw a pick, has looked fantastic through 2 weeks. And Travis Etienne is coming alive really quickly in that offense with James Robinson.
Yeah.
They have all the makings of a potential future playoff team right now on their roster.
They are leading their division with 1 win. So
Isn't saying much though. I mean,
they're going to win that division.
They might win that division.
But the way we used to shit on the NFC East, that's what the AFC South is now.
100%.
I mean, they all are fucking garbage teams.
Yeah, 100%.
Except for maybe the Jags.
I think the Jags are going to scare some people. The Chargers being the first team. Last game we're going to talk about, Niners-Broncos in the evening on Sunday night. Russell Westbrook. But you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between Russell Westbrook and Russell Wilson.
He came in with those expectations.
Just ugly. But Russell Wilson going back, playing in San Francisco for the first time. And Jimmy G coming in to save the Giants season after Trey Lance has a compound fracture in his ankle.
Yeah.
Yet again. Yeah.
So I have this hot take. I'm going to run it by you guys. Trey Lance getting hurt, best thing that happened for the 49ers this season.
Yeah. Definitely. I traded Trey Lance away in fantasy, and I was feeling some regret. But then when I saw what they were doing with Jimmy G in training camp, I let all of that go. And now I am fully justified for getting rid of that dude because Jimmy G is about to save the season. All right, gonna take them. He makes the 49ers. If they gel the way they gelled last year, best team in the NFC like this year, I think. Hands down, I think
they did get better.
Yeah. I think they'll go right to the NFC Championship game if Jimmy G gets them back to what they were looking like last year.
I think it's unfair to, kind of write off Trey Lance like that because we saw one monsoon game of his. Can't really judge a quarterback off of that, And like I said, everyone gets better during the season. So
not everyone.
If it would have been 5 games in and Trey Lance still sucked, I would have been like, okay, put Jimmy in. But
yeah,
he deserved the chance.
They would have given him the games, and it's the players liked Trey Lance, and I think everyone saw the talent. But Jimmy G is they know what they got with Jimmy G, and they know they're going. They're gonna go far. Look how far they've gotten with
higher floor,
now.
lower ceiling. Yeah,
win
for sure.
now.
Yeah, players want to win. They ain't waiting on developing. You know what I mean? Win. They want to win. So
and if you have someone signed to the roster that can win, they should probably play.
Yeah.
That's how the game is usually played.
Agreed. They gave such a high investment in Trey Lance, starting him. Didn't make sense with Super Bowl aspirations for the Niners. But they have probably the best coach in the NFL and the worst coach on the opposite sideline in Nathaniel Hackett.
My goodness, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So.
I look at him and immediately think incompetence. If I were just calling their plays on Madden, I would fucking
he'll be kicking long field. Yeah, he'd be cooking them long field goals man.
And then running out the time, man. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like Dak Prescott at the end of a playoff game, if you ask me.
Damn,
They would really benefit from the Arizona model, where like they just let Russell Wilson call the plays, be the offensive coordinator, because he actually is the type of guy that, like, he gets there at 5 a.m. He does all that bullshit. He's like, okay, I know the playbook better than you. Fucking hack it.
Yeah.
Hack it's a hack.
But he's Russell Wilson is he likes to play in integrity of the game type of dude, which is why players don't like him. But he so he don't really challenge.
My buddy just showed me the have you seen that like kind of cringe like let's ride video?
Russell Wilson is a robot.
Oh my god.
He's a robot for sure.
I think the best take I've seen on Russell Wilson is Ryan Russillo, which is that Russell Wilson he acts like he's trying to be a quarterback, like he's acting like his role is to be the best quarterback, but he's not actually. Yeah, he doesn't believe it.
He's trying to play Jason Street.
Yeah.
He's very white.
Yeah,
he is. And he married Sierra to compensate for that.
Yeah.
The other players won't let him say the N-word in the locker room.
they probably vote on it every season. It's like, okay, you can either be the captain or say it. Like, what do you want?
Well, I'm going to be the goddamn captain.
He definitely looks around when rap songs come on.
Will you guys call me Captain America?
Yeah.
Would that be okay if I could be Captain America?
Hell yeah, brother, let's ride.
Let's ride.
Like, he is a guy that, like, when it's his final season, he's gonna put out like a fucking curse, like it's like cursive on like a white cursive on a black background that says "Let's ride one last ride."
I don't like when he talks. He does this weird thing where he's like, "Yeah, so I mean, I just really believe," and I'm like, "What are you? Why are you breathing so hard, dude?" Like,
it's the altitude. Yeah. The altitude. It's getting to him.
It is.
I think it's overdosing on fucking testosterone.
Yeah, bro. No, I swear I'm gonna grow a couple more inches. I'm not done developing.
So,
but anyway. I think the Broncos are gonna lose.
If the Broncos find an offensive identity, which I have no idea what it is, but if they find one, they have the fucking players to be amazing.
Yeah,
they do. They have the skill guys out, and Javonte Williams looks fantastic.
He is.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Jerry Jeudy looked great till he got hurt. Cortland Sutton is fantastic. When KJ Hamler comes back, they have all the guys that they just
defense
need.
with Chubb and
what happened to Tim Patrick too, Mr. Reliable last season?
He's hurt.
Yeah,
hurt man.
Torn ACL.
Yep.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Shit.
Preseason.
That happened. Oh, goddamn.
So. Yeah, but they have all the pieces. I think we're
Still
all
do.
consensus 49ers for Sunday Night Football, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that's Sunday night. Yeah, that is a prime
I think the
game.
49ers will win this game.
Yeah. Well,
Are
you going to zag on the Broncos?
Man, I think if they could figure it out, this is the time to figure it out.
Lucas is like, if Tim Patrick can just get in the game.
Hey, dude, those extra 5 hours, that you have to game plan, maybe that's all they need,
Good old Timmy.
It's
so that way Nathaniel Hackett can pretend like there are 3 clocks next time. That's his. He spends the 5 minutes doing.
He's gonna go through some growing pains, Nathaniel Hackett. You know what I mean? So I think
where was he before?
Green Bay. He was
That's
offensive coordinator.
That's right. It's so weird. You would expect a Green Bay guy to be fucking sharp.
Proximity to greatness, man. Too many dudes. They get. I mean, how hard is it to coach Aaron Rodgers during an MVP season? You know what I mean? Like, it's
how hard is it to find the fucking footstand?
Exactly.
Like,
exactly. You tell me. How hard is it to coach Aaron Rodgers during an MVP season? All right. How hard? All right.
I could do it.
Exactly. That's the kind of coach that you got right now. That's what I'm saying. Aaron Rodgers getting a lot of people jobs. So.
You just got to be able to clap.
Exactly. You know what I mean? That's all you got to do, man. Because he's gonna make the right decision.
You got to be able to clap. You got to be able to go like,
yeah,
like when he throws an interception. You're off. You're fine. You're fine.
You're good. No, it's okay. That was my fault that you threw that. That was my fault. So,
knowing McCarthy, it probably was
in Lambeau too, right?
Like, and you have to say to other players.
I'm thinking
it's in San Francisco.
Yeah, it's in San Francisco.
No. Sorry.
It's
in Mile High.
You have to go up to other players and be like,
Denver. Denver on Sunday.
You still have to go up to other players and be like, "Don't mess this up."
Yeah.
For Aaron Rodgers and I.
Yeah, exactly. Like it is the receiver. You remember, it's always the receiver that goes away. Remember that receiver who dropped the ball? Bostic, was it, in Seattle?
Brandon, you know, I worked with him at a Nike clearance store in Tempe, Arizona.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Brandon Bostic was actually one of my coworkers.
That's hilarious. Though.
Yeah.
Was that after the catch or was it?
Yeah, after he was out of the NFL.
Oh man, because is it weird?
Huge.
Did you have to not bring it up? You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Wait, hold on.
Well, other people would tease him, but I mean, he's huge, and I'm me, and I would have never said that to him.
Wait, so he didn't make enough money?
No, he was fine on money. He's just like, he was so bored that his wife was like, you have to do something.
Oh, I was gonna say,
so
I don't mean to punch.
I don't work at Nike.
I don't mean to punch down, but how do you go from the NFL to Nike factory store? It's not even like the Nike store.
Hey, no. We weren't even. We were clearance. We were the
clearance.
We
It's even lower. Oh man.
Yeah.
By the way,
he wasn't lighting it up in the league. I think he was only in the league for like two years, and he was not like making top tier money.
No, he was a backup tight end.
Yeah.
But still, you're like, I would think if you spend 2 years in the league, even on the minimum, you're not
making
Nike clearance money. Yeah,
you all in all, you walk away after taxes. You make about $1 million.
Like that's a movie. That's a fucking movie. It's like him. Yeah. Like that's a script for a movie. It's like, well, now I was in the NFL, but now I'm here.
Then he like fucking. Then Gabe becomes his trainer. And then
and he's like, look. And then
it's like you guys knew exactly what we do on weekends. Give me another rep.
No, Bostic would be like, you know what, Gabe? You're the size of a football. Can I throw you? I'm switching to quarterback.
That's how I found out I low-key have a cannon. We just go out back and I throw him 50-yard bombs every day.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually how he got discovered. Like they went there to see the tight end. They're like, no, we want the redhead. And that's how the Cowboys landed Cooper Rush.
We want the 5'7" Jew. Give him the eyes. He'll be an NFL quarterback.
Fucking Matt Saracen.
Coming this fall, rushing the judgment.
A Friday Night Lights spinoff.
But it happens on Thursday nights because the Sabbath's on Friday, so we can't do
Jewish.
it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We just play JV.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I think that'll do it for us this week. Questions, comments, feel free. Swipe
we
up.
had
DM.
some. Let me just make sure we went through all the requests we had because I put up a little poll on Instagram earlier. Let's see. I think it was just Lions content. We kind of covered the Lions.
The Lions are fun.
They're great.
The funnest
team. They're gritty.
Okay. No, the most fun thing about the Lions that I've seen is that the receiver
Amon-Ra St. Brown
got a DM from somebody that said, I drafted you to my fantasy team. And then he did the speech from Remember the Titans where he's like talking about, I'll break my foot off and John Brown hind parts. And then he's been doing well, and he posted a picture of him catching a ball over somebody and said, I better get nothing in my John Brown hind parts. And so it's that's my Lions coverage.
Seen Amon-Ra St. Brown? He ain't running up on that dude.
That guy's jacked
as fuck.
Yeah, I definitely think that's like that'll be the most wholesome content of the season.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, your name is Amon-Ra. That dude he will beat the shit. And his brother's name is Equanimous.
Dude, he speaks German. You don't want to fuck with this
guy. Have you seen his mom on Hard Knocks?
Yeah.
When they went to go see them, she was like, this is nice. I was like, this lady is.
Amon-Ra, go destroy him. Okay.
Yes. If he dies, he dies.
Yes, mother.
So I'm good. That's good. Yeah, more Lions content.
Lions are fun. They're a feisty team, just like we're a feisty podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll talk to you next week.
Hell yeah.